I don't think we came here to kind of like lose. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Anytime South Africa plays against Australia or Australia is playing against South Africa, it's always a good spectacle, and both teams are highly competitive and do everything they can to win. And I don't think that will change come Sunday. When do we play? Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Dale, what are your thoughts on this tour? As an experienced player, you played against Australia before, but it's a week in Australia, and your side bring in some young players as well. How do you assess where the two teams are at?
Well, it's tough. I think we haven't played massive competitive cricket for a while. We played against Zimbabwe recently. With respect to them, it was tough conditions actually, and we probably had the better of them in the bowling department, and that's why it kind of showed that way. But I think both teams are coming from a little bit of a step back, to be honest with you. Australia haven't exactly had the greatest tour now in the UAE, and they're trying to rebuild themselves, and we haven't played much competitive cricket for a long time. So I think it's going to be evenly matched. I don't think it's going to be the best cricket we've seen, to be honest. We haven't played a lot, like I say, but there's some serious players that are all up for it. So we'll see patches of greatness. But it would have been nice if this was a little bit later on in the season where we battle hardened, and so on. But I think it's going to be highly competitive anyway.
Would you prefer to be bowling to Steve Smith and David Warner, or are you happy that they're not out there?
Those two are always going to test you. You want to be playing against the best, but I can guarantee you when you're running in, it's Chris Lynn, and he's eyeing out deep mid-wicket there, and Aaron Finch, who's been scoring runs lately, especially for Surrey. It doesn't matter. You've just got to take on who's on the other end. Regardless of the name, when we walk out in the middle, it's on, So, but yeah, you do want to test yourself against the best. I think a lot of guys will agree that they wanted to play against somebody like AB. He's not here, he won't be with us for forever, But you want to be competing against the best, and those two guys are obviously very, very good cricketers.
You surprised by how harsh the bans were? Do you think they were harsh?
Look, I'm not the headmaster here, I don't make the rules and what the punishment is. But yeah, we all make mistakes, and how each country deals with it is their issue,
Dale, are you intrigued by what Australia will be like in terms of their demeanour? You've played a lot of Australian teams over the years, and they've probably all had that same kind of aggressive approach. Are you intrigued by if this will be a different attitude from an Australian team?
I think everyone is, I think everyone's used to Merviews screaming and shouting at guys. Trying to hit people in the stands, you know what I mean? We became accustomed with it, but I think the game definitely became more professional, I know when I first started going to the IPL, in the beginning we didn't even have like a fitness trainer, now it's very professional. You get an email, it tells you exactly what you got to eat, it tells you exactly what time the bus is, and we've got to grow up with the times, and that's just how it is. And behavior is one of those things that we have to has become very, very much part of the game. There's strict rules, and KG's faced harsh criticism and some trouble even within our side itself, so it's just going to be interesting to see which direction they go. But every time you play against Australia, you still feel like that culture from years back is going to be hard to kind of crack. They're an in-your-face aggressive team, and people want that, but we talk about this line, who knows where it is, but there's rules, and you just got to kind of play along those rules.
You said on Twitter a couple of days ago, I think, that after you did your shoulder here, you didn't know if you'd ever be back. What's it like to be back, and how fit are you, and how close are you to what you've been in the past?
Well, we played against Zimbabwe recently. I bowled in the high 140s, hit 150, which I was quite pleased about. And you ask any bowler where he wants to be hitting speeds, if he bowls 150, he'll tell you about it, So I was very happy with that. Got through those games with absolutely no problem. Played 4 months of county cricket with no issues, limited issues. I mean, we're fast bowlers, you're running in hard. You're going to have your odd little hamstring or whatever it is here and there. I mean, that's professional sport, and we're athletes. That's what comes with it. But I feel good. Body feels nice. I'm happy. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird to be back here. The last time I walked off here, I honestly didn't realize how bad my shoulder was. And I went in to go and have the MRI. The doctor said, well, did you fall off a ladder or fall off a motorbike? I didn't realize it was actually that bad. And 8 months of physiotherapy and non-stop, rehab got me back. So I'm very excited to be back here, and thank God I'm not playing at the Wacker and we're playing at the Optus, because I might start crying or something if I was at the top of my mark. But yeah, it's good to be back.